Hi, everybody. Today in the Content Lab, we are going to cover carousels on LinkedIn. So what are carousels on LinkedIn? These are multi-slide swipeable posts. So if you're looking at it on your phone, you would be able to slide through from right to left and slide through and take a look at a particular post that someone is sharing. When somebody is sliding through, the content that they might be sharing could be multiple images. It could be some text, in which sometimes people use this as an educational post, or it could just be bite-sized storytelling. Now, today on Content Lab, I'm going to walk you through the different types of carousels on LinkedIn. I'm also going to share with you different variations. I'm also going to walk you through what it is that I do in Canva. So in Canva, we create carousels for Boswell-Buck Creative. We also create carousels for our clients, but it's a little bit different when it comes to sharing a carousel on Instagram versus sharing a carousel on LinkedIn. You actually have to save it differently. That's why I wanted to walk you through the back end of my Canva account as well. So let's get started. Now, when it comes to carousels, why carousels are really popular on LinkedIn is that they stop the scroll. Now, when it comes to LinkedIn and the algorithms, it's not just about how many people have seen your post, but it's also about how much more time are they spending on your content. Carousels, they stop the scroll. So basically somebody's staying on your post and they are swiping through from right to left, or maybe they've missed something and they're swiping back and forth. So not only are they reading the caption that you can share with that carousel, but they're actually going through that carousel as well. And when more people are seeing your content on LinkedIn, and when they're spending more time on your content on LinkedIn, then that helps you to win with the algorithm, and LinkedIn brings more people to your content. So let's get started. I am going to share with you some of the carousels that are on the back are on my posts, and also some of the carousels that are on some of my clients. Now, taking a look here, you can see my screen. This here is a carousel at D Boswell-Buck. And what I did with this carousel was I decided to use a carousel format to upload images and share it to my audience. Now, I could have done the regular thing on LinkedIn, which is just upload pictures, but what I wanted to do was upload the pictures in a carousel format. So usually people just upload pictures and then you see some pictures that you can tap through on LinkedIn. But the carousel makes it very nice and seamless because people are able to take a look at one image at a time, which means that you have more people staying on your content longer. Now, if you are on your mobile device or on a tablet, you'll be able to use your finger just to swipe through. But I'm sharing this with you from my laptop. So here is an example, and this is a carousel of a workshop that I had in November. Now, when you're taking a look at it on desktop, you see these arrows to the right and to the left. So because we're looking at it on desktop, I'm just going to swipe through and share with you. Actually, I'm looking at it and I'm not all the way at the front. So here is the first one. It's a picture of me facilitating the workshop, and then I'm swiping through. Now notice that I'm able to look at these pictures one by one. And this is a great way, like I said, for more people to see your images. They're able to see your images one by one and take a look. And even if it's on desktop, for instance, or on mobile, you'll be able to like zoom in as well. So this is a great way to share your pictures via carousel. Here is another example. Now, in September for Truth and Reconciliation Day, I love to share a post that educates Canadians on where Canada stands in terms of truth and reconciliation. Now, my carousel here is 12 pages. And what I do every year is I share what is happening, and this is on Orange Shirt Day. And notice how I did this carousel. This is another one with images, but I also decided to add some text to it as well. So this is page number one of the carousel. And notice at the top of it, it says Beyond 94, Truth and Reconciliation in Canada. And this is 12 pages. So there was the title page. And what I did was I shared screenshots from the website of Beyond 94 that shares what are the 94 calls to action. So when somebody reads through, they're able to understand where Canada stands. And also every year, Canada will show where they stand with what they have delivered with the truth and reconciliation through these dots. So all of these dots mean different colors, and I share this every year. So we have child welfare, we have education, and so on. So this is something that I show every year, and actually it does quite well on LinkedIn. So if I were to open this up, I'm opening it up to the actual post. You can see that I actually shared a caption. So this caption here talks about truth and reconciliation and also keeps everybody informed. And then with that caption, this is where I shared my carousel. So we have people who are engaging on it, and we also have the comments. So that is an example of a carousel. I'm going to share some more with you that I have done, and then I'm going to share with you some that I have done with clients. Now, for Canada Day, I shared a post that is celebrating Indigenous women entrepreneurs, and here is the post, which was actually a carousel. It's 5 pages, and what I always do with my carousel is at the first page, I tend to have an introduction or a title page. So I have my title page celebrating Indigenous women entrepreneurs, and then when somebody scrolls through, I just had it very simple where I'm highlighting who this individual is. I share their picture, I share their name, and then you scroll through and you continue to scroll through. So when I created this carousel, we also made sure that what was listed in the caption went in order with what is on the carousel. And sometimes I end with a call to action, but I just ended it with who the last person was that we were recognizing. So let me just click in here so you can get a really good idea as to how it looks. Give me a moment. And here is my caption. Entrepreneurship amongst Indigenous women in Canada is growing. Here is our annual shout out of the 2024 Indigenous Canada female entrepreneurs to follow. And then in this, I shared some statistics, and then we also highlighted within the caption these individual women who we were celebrating. So this is an example of a carousel that is very simple. I'm going to share with you one more from my social media posts on LinkedIn, and then we're going to go into a clients of mine. Now, this one here are common mistakes within your LinkedIn content. And when somebody clicks through, this one was 8 pages in this carousel. Here I have the title, Can You Spot the Mistake? And then I share different things that people do when it comes to repurposing their content on LinkedIn. So just clicking through, I just made it very simple. We added like some text, but it was mainly like images of true examples. And then getting to the very end, here was the call to action at the very end. I'm just going to jump to the middle. Are you ready for a LinkedIn strategy to get you in front of your dream clients? Send me a DM to get started. Also, another great tip to have on your last page of your carousel is to share another call to action. Repost this if you found this useful. So we tend to use this on our clients' accounts when we are sharing some carousels on their behalf. And we've actually had individuals repost that content and give it more reach. So let's take a look at one of the clients that we have right now. So this is our client from California, and they are called Anchor Health, and they provide hospice and palliative care. So what we do for Anchor Health is that we have them show up as thought leaders. Now, our client, she wanted to show up on LinkedIn not only as a thought leader, but for people to think that when they get to her account, that her account was a great place for resources. And again, she provides hospice and palliative care. So here is a carousel that we created for her. 5 ways hospice care helps average Americans. So this one here is 7 pages. And we click through, we've got the title. And then for each page, we shared how it helps Americans. So it fulfills patients' wishes. It provides better end of life care for dementia patients. It meets patients where they are. Notice that we have pictures that embody this, and also we have some text to the images as well. It provides savings for taxpayers. It provides veteran-specific care. And then we have the very last page at Anchor Health. We balance our priority, care for our patients with support and resources for their loved ones. Repost if you found this useful. So at that last page of the carousel, state what your mission is, state that call to action, and by all means, feel free to ask your audience to repost if they found this to be helpful. Now let's take a look at what it looks like in our Canva account. Hospice care, the one that I just showed you. Here we go. Five ways hospice care helps average Americans. So we have it all here. And then if you notice at the very top, like we start at page number 35. So when we are going to upload this into Canva, we make sure that we are going to upload the right amount of pages. We don't need to upload everything in this folder for the client. So it's page 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, and I believe 41. So look at what it is that we are going to do here. So basically I go to that share button, which is really download. I click on that share button and then scroll down a little bit and I'd like to download it. So I am going to go to the download button. We don't want to make it an MP4. We don't want to make this a video. We don't want to download individual images, but we want to download this as a PDF. So we choose PDF, and then we're not doing all the pages, folks, but we are doing page 35 to 41. So Canva automatically selects everything. I'm going to deselect everything, and then I'm going to quickly scroll to page 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, and 41. So these are the pages that I would like to have as that carousel. Notice I remember I chose it as a PDF. I chose the pictures and then it's done. And here we have 35 to 41. And now I'm going to download. So it's already up there, but I'm going to use this as an example. But before I use this as an example, let me share with you another carousel that we did for Anchor Health. Now here is another carousel that we did for Anchor Health. And this carousel is 5 books to help you through the grieving process. So this carousel is actually 7 pages. We see at the bottom 1 to 7, and we created a title page. So what we did was we found a book, and then we put the title on the book, and we put Anchor Health's logo on this. And then what we did was now somebody can just click through, and we actually shared the actual images that we pulled from Amazon that are great books for dealing with grief. So here we have one, It's Okay That You're Not Okay. We have another one called Your Grief, Your Way. We have Can Anyone Tell Me? So we continue to share the 5 books. And then as we get to the very end, our call to action is, do you have a recommendation? So sometimes your posts, they don't have to have a call to action for somebody to book a call, but it can invoke some curiosity or to have people to engage with the post and share their recommendations as well. So that is another example of a carousel. Now, what I'm going to do is I am going to upload that carousel that I shared with you. I'm going to almost upload it. Now, to start a post or to start a carousel, all we have to do is go into where we're going to upload this post, and we click to start a post. And then we're going to have a caption. So what I'm just going to write here is, this is a tutorial for Content Lab. And now I'm going to upload those images that I downloaded as a PDF to my laptop. So if you notice, here are your different options. You've got media, but we don't want to add a photo. We're not adding a video, if you see what I'm tapping on. We're not creating an event. So what is it that we should do? We're going to hit more. We're going to hit that plus sign. And then it gives us some more that we can do. So we're not celebrating on an occasion. We are not posting that we're hiring. We're not creating a poll. But at the very end, we are going to choose a document. So I'm going to choose this document, add document. I'm going to choose a file. And then you're going to see the back end open up. And here is my file. So it is a PDF right away. And notice it says AHL. So now I know I'm grabbing the right one. So I choose the PDF and then I'm going to open that up and it is now uploading. Now, whenever you are going to be sharing a carousel, which is actually a document, LinkedIn will require you to title it. So I'm going to add the description for this document, and the document is really called Five Ways Hospice Care Helps Average Americans, or I could write down this is a tutorial for Content Lab. But just so I don't make it confusing, I'm just going to add here 5 ways hospice care helps. And then, of course, you can finish that off. Now, why it's important to have that document title? Well, LinkedIn is a huge search engine, so that will help you to be found. LinkedIn isn't reading the words off of a picture or off of a video, but they are reading what is in your caption. So this is why I shared some examples of what my caption looks like, because my caption always includes some particular keywords that my audience would be interested in terms of that particular subject. So I have uploaded and then I am going to hit done. And after hitting done, this is where I can finish off writing what my caption is all about. And then after that is all said and done, I can see that everything is there. And also I can even like just tap through. That's something that I like to do in case, I might be working a little bit late and perhaps I haven't like grabbed all of the images for the carousel. So I just like to make sure that everything is there. And then after that is all there, then I hit post. Now I'm not going to hit post, but when I do hit post, it's going to look like the examples that I shared with you. So that is an example of how it is that you can upload a carousel onto LinkedIn. So when you are uploading a carousel onto LinkedIn, you want to make sure that when you download it from Canva or whatever tool that you're using, you are creating it as a PDF. Now, one of the questions that people ask me is like, how long should a carousel be? And you know what? There isn't really a rule, but I can tell you, I'm going to discard this. I'm going to tell you what I don't like. Now, carousels are really hot. And what I've been seeing in terms of carousels on LinkedIn is that I have seen carousels as long as 40 pages. I think that, people often, they want to take in this wonderful content on LinkedIn. And while it is a great opportunity to keep people on to your post, I think it's really great to honor everybody's time. So think about your audience. Think about how much information do you have? Is there a way that you can condense this information? I usually go anywhere from 5 to 12. And then I also think about like how big is the text as well, and what are the most important things that I am sharing my audience, so then they know that great. Dee shared some really great information that is really important, it's really impactful, and that is what I need to know. Now we just swiped through one when I spoke about the fact that Meta is charging for more views on content. And then at the very end, I have repost if you found this useful. So tell me, like, what is it that you think about carousels? Is this something that you think that you could incorporate into your content more often? Here are some tips. You want to keep it simple, focus on one key idea per slide. So if you notice that when we were scrolling through the slides, we would speak about one subject within that subject. Keep things very visual. That means preferably don't have fonts that are very fine and difficult to read. And if you're going to use some pictures, you can add text, but make sure that, it's information that it is educational and helpful as well. Now, here's my call to action to you. Like, is this something that you would definitely could incorporate in your content? And I would love to know that when you are sharing content on a carousel, share in the comments, like what types of content would you find very helpful that you could put onto a carousel? And my challenge for you this week is to post one carousel for this week. So you've got 7 days to post a carousel. And when you post that carousel, come back and share it in the comments so we can all chime in and cheer you on. Thanks for watching, everybody. You got this.